So, anyways, yeah, I think having a creative outlet is also another important aspect of us kind of not falling into the funk, if you will. Listen up, maggots. This is the Grouch coming at you loud and clear with another edition of the Weekend Warriors podcast. This is the place for real, no bullshit talk on the harsh realities and irreverent humor around military life. So sit the fuck down, strap in, and get ready for a raw, no holds barred discussion. This is the Weekend Warriors. And there we are, another episode of the Weekend Warriors podcast. Thanks for joining us. I'm your host, the Grouch, and join with me, we've got the technical ham, Anthony.
What's up? Ignore the name. Paul decided to mess with me.
You know you can change it.
I know, I just did. We started to realize it was still there. I was like, oh, crap.
And we got Steven.
Evening, everybody.
Well, it's almost the end of March. Happy first day of spring, I think it is, right? So I don't know. The last couple of days we had really nice weather, but today wasn't so great. It was a little cold and rainy, but yeah, spring is coming, and so now we're we're starting to look at getting outdoors and getting into activities and things again. So, Anthony, what'd you do this week? How you doing?
Doing good. Pretty slow week. Still looking for work since that now I'm officially out of the military, at least full time, anyways. Even though the system isn't updated and still says I'm on active duty. Gotta love that. Dealing with getting ready for college at the same time and just doing family things. Like there was a Comic-Con this last weekend, and then reliving some of the old glory days with like retro games and stuff like that, trying to do some mods on the old game systems that are out there now.
Dude, I'll tell you, emulators have come a long way.
Yes, they have.
Like I remember probably, I don't know, got to be close to 20 years ago when the NES, the original NES emulator was just coming out. That was so cool. Now, like, I mean, you can get them, they're super small and they'll still play all the old NES cartridges. And
oh, yeah.
I don't think you have to blow in them anymore, though. You're too young to remember that shit.
No, I did that in Nintendo 64.
Yeah, no, I'm talking original NES.
Okay, yeah, that was like just before me. I did play it, but not that much. I didn't like own my own, but I know what you're talking about.
What about you, Steven? How's your week been? How are you?
Well, the battery in the Jeep is on the fritz.
Again?
And yeah, well, I've never gotten it fixed. But today I was late for lunch because I couldn't get the battery started because the jump start wouldn't start it. And I didn't have any other batteries or vehicles around, so I had to wait while it was on the charger. Finally got it started and made it to lunch. But then I went by the dealership and the battery is still under warranty, so I have an appointment at 7 o'clock in the morning to get a brand new battery put in.
Yeah, that's not bad.
No, saved me about $500. Batteries aren't cheap.
I mean, is it lithium ion? Like,
no, it's an AGM battery, but at the dealership it is $385 plus install and taxes. Yeah,
man.
But thank goodness it's covered under warranty. So, yay for Mopar.
Today.
Yeah. Other than that, I have been sitting around. I'm moving away from MeshTastic, and So I have my little Sense card.
Oh,
It's a,
yeah. I've seen those. How do you like that?
I love it because I printed me a little case that it slides down into, and then it sticks to the back of my iPhone. So whenever I've got my phone, I've always got it with me. And the battery on this thing, it's not, I mean, it's paper thin,
Yeah.
but the battery that's in there, you can sort of see it. Um, it'll run this device for 2 days.
No kidding.
Yeah. So I get decent battery life out of it. And then it's just got a little somewhere here. It's just a little USB, almost like a an old Fitbit charger or something that
Yeah. Is it a magnet? Yeah.
magnets on the back of it, and it'll charge back up in no time at all. But I have moved, or am in the process of taking all of the T-Deck, the Heltex, and I've got another Heltec hanging around here somewhere. Down there, there we go. Um, and I'm moving away from MeshTastic and moving to MeshCore.
What's the difference? I've never heard of
So
MeshCore.
Oh,
Mesh,
yeah.
MeshCore, where MeshTastic uses flood routing and does not yet have the capability for notifications, MeshCore came out of the island across the sea that is now Muslim. And sorry, side note. Do you know that they're getting rid of the church? They have voted and are removing church in favor, because like most of their big cities are now run by Muslims. The mayors are all Muslims. And apparently they're doing a pretty good job of getting the church taken out of everything. Anyway,
Wow.
but the guys over there were at odds with MeshCore because they had so many devices that flood routing. I would send you a message and never know if you got it because it there might be 7 nodes in between us, and it reaches
If
its
you got a
max
3 hop limit, yeah.
Yeah. Then it reaches out. Well, I don't know that you never got it, and you don't know that I ever sent it. Well, I forget the technical parts of it, but I'll throw a link up to MeshCore here in a second. Um, but it does direct routing and tells you when the person got it. So
That's nice.
but it also can do flood routing. So a couple of the guys around here are trying it out, and they've been using it for about a month and say that it works great. Um, they've got an iOS app, they've got an Android app. Um, both apps look the same, whether you're on an Android or an iPhone. The app looks the same. Um, it has a lot of similar features, but a lot of better features. You can still use encryption. You don't doesn't have to be ham. It's still in the 900 megahertz band. So it seems pretty cool. But
Yeah,
I'm
I'll have to
going
look into that.
And I know that the one Heltec that I flashed, I mean, I'm a technical guy, and it was a pain in the ass to originally flash the Heltex for MeshTastic because there were so many fucking hoops to jump through. And you go to the MeshCore website, and they've got a web flasher on there. Plug it in, pick out the COM port that it's on, and hit flash, and it flashes it. It was
MeshTastic,
super easy.
MeshTastic's got one too.
Yeah, because I've got the Heltex, and that's how I did it, was with the web flasher.
Yeah, but on Heltex's site, you had to go halfway down the menu to find programming and then find the link that they have for the web flasher. I mean, it was about 5 steps to get to the web flasher.
I didn't even go to the Heltex site. I just went straight to the MeshTastic site, and it had the web flasher link.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. But it's a link that opens up another page that you have to. And this one, it's all in the one dashboard. You pick out the device that you have. It was really, really easy.
Now, is that like the MeshTastics where you can still build your own devices and all of that? Or yeah.
Yep.
So it's the same principle.
It uses the same devices as
all the same hardware.
MeshTastic. It's just different internal firmware and stuff.
Okay. So I could take like my extra tracker, and I could just flash that with the MeshCore.
Yes.
And I could have one that's MeshTastic and one that's MeshCore. I dig it.
Correct.
Yes, but they don't talk to each other though. So like if your community is mostly on MeshTastic.
Correct.
Well, all right. Let me put it to you this way. I've had the T-Deck, the battery lasts for about 3 days. So every 3 days or so, I got to charge it. But I've had it here at the RV park for 3 weeks. I've picked up 0 nodes.
Oh.
There's literally no one else around me that is using MeshTastic.
Okay. How was your day, Paul?
You know what? So it's been a good, productive week. It's not been without trials and tribulations, as those things do take place. But for those of our viewers that can see, yesterday I built this little QRP dummy load, and it's all surface mount, and so that was it was a new experience for me, soldering surface mount components. Just I'd never done it before, and there's a couple that are a little crooked, but I mean I got them all going they're the same right direction, and I did test it. I brought the 706 Mark II-G out. I tested it with 10 watts, and it works. It lights up, and it acts as a dummy load. And then I got my new Morse code key, so I've been doing some CW practice, getting a little better with my call sign. On Tuesday, I took a trip down to Connecticut. I drove down to Connecticut. I met up with Don Izzo from the Ham Radio Clubhouse, Whiskey 1 Foxtrot Yankee Golf, and we activated a park together. It was a ton of fun. Had a good time. Went out to lunch after. Great day to spend the day. It was cold, but it was a good time. It was a good time for sure. So yeah, I mean, despite the struggles and other things that I'm dealing with, in my personal life, otherwise, I had a good week. Appreciate you asking. So I thought it might be a good idea for us to discuss tonight. Like, life is inevitably going to kick you in the balls, and then kick you in the balls again, and kick you in the balls again, and kick you in the balls again.
Oh,
and then just when you think that things are getting better, well, you get kicked in the balls so hard that it just knocks you down on the ground completely, and you're just you're struggling, right? And how do we deal with that? How do we help other people who might also be struggling? Because this is our group therapy on the interwebs, right? And so I know I've got some different coping mechanisms and things that are helpful to me, but this show isn't all about me. So I wanted to get you guys' feedback too. Like when things just aren't going your way, right? And the whole world seems like it's imploding on you. How do you deal with that? And how do you figure out like that drive to adapt and overcome and to keep going rather than becoming a statistic and just checking out?
Well, I've always looked at it as the agent of chaos of I can't check out because there are still people on my list that I have to piss off just by being here. So as long as there's people on my list that me being here pisses them the fuck off,
Well, that's about everybody in my life. So
I'm sticking around.
So
Anthony, I know you. Yeah, I know you're going through a lot of changes right now. Your life is in chaos and turmoil, and everything is very uncertain, right? How are you coping? How are you dealing with all of that?
So honestly, like I'm still trying to figure out how to do that myself. Like a lot of it, like if I didn't have my wife, who knows where I would be at right now? And I tell her that every day. She thinks I would be fine, and I'm like, look, honestly, no, I wouldn't. Like I make the jokes to her because we're all prior military, dark sense of humor. We say the bad things that regular civilians would probably be like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?" And then my wife even joked to me like, "What's wrong with you?" And then I'm like, "A lot." uh, but if I didn't have her to just comfort me whenever she sees I'm stressed and like I don't know, panic attack, anxiety attack, whatever you want to call it, like I just get to the point to where I'm just there like freaking out. Like she sees my hands start like shaking and all of that stuff. Like I'm about to flip out. She comes over and just comforts me and everything. We just hang out, try and not think about it and stuff. And then let me stress about it later.
All right. Well, so I would say you're right on the money, right? Having a good support system is a huge first step, right? Because it's very easy to feel like you're all alone and nobody quite understands what you're going through. And so it makes that isolation part even easier. And that's my primary struggle is I shut people out. I shut everybody out and I isolate because it's easier. Like I don't have to explain to anybody what's wrong with me. Right? Because trust me, like there's a lot of times where my wife will say to me, like, hey, what's wrong? Like, what's going on? Did I say something? Did I do something? And I'll be like, no, I'm in a bad place right now, and I'm just not in a fucking good mood. And it's not you, it's me, but like you're here, and so you just catch the brunt of it. And while it's not fair to her, it is good to have that support where she's at least understanding and willing to listen, to at least what I can articulate. A lot of the time, like,
Yeah.
I can't describe it. I don't know what the fuck's wrong with me.
What is wrong with you? I don't fucking know.
Yeah. A lot. There's a lot wrong with me.
There's a lot wrong with all of us. Like, especially like everyone's got issues. Everyone's got problems. There's something wrong with everyone. There's no one in existence where there's not something wrong. But then when you got people who served in the military, they got more shit.
It will, and we internalize, right? And so the shit just kind of stacks on top of shit.
Yeah.
I learned it's an RV thing. It's called a poop pyramid, where when you don't have enough water in your tank,
Oh God.
and so your shit just keeps piling up, and until it's right at the bottom of the pipe, It's a perfect analogy, right? Because, like, I mean, that's what we do. We internalize. And so then the shit just piles until it gets so big that we're like, fucking lose it.
The big thing for me was after I got out, finding things to keep me occupied. Whether it was my big thing for a long time was going to the range, going going to the range and shooting, and that was my stress relief. Now it's camping and jeeping and playing with ham radio.
Yeah.
But the my loving bride who's upstairs asleep. Um, this will be what 30, 33 years coming up next month. So
Oh, good on Anya for sticking with you for that long.
no shit.
Yeah.
You know, because that's the thing, right? Is while it's great to have the support has to be willing to ride through all the bullshit and the hard times, right? So it takes a special woman to stick with a guy like us.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. That's why I tell my wife like she's crazy for being with me, although she's known me since high school. So
On a cool note, so if you have special people that are did you know that you can go to Amazon and enter APOAE boxes as your address and ship directly from Amazon
to
other parts of the world?
Yeah, that's how I got stuff while I was in Iraq.
When you go to the post office, you've got to fill out the fucking customs form and have everything right.
It's a huge process.
It's a pain in the ass. You don't have to do any of that with Amazon. They do it all for you.
It's because the sender is the one who has to deal with that.
I know.
So at that point, Amazon is the sender, so they're dealing with it. That's all it is.
But you don't have to pay the shipping because it's on Amazon Prime. I mean, it
depends on the item because not everything is covered by Prime. I found out.
True. But for the most part, Junior got a couple of boxes in the mail today. So he got my football that I sent and some other things.
Okay.
So I love your background, Paul.
Well, you gotta get the whole thing.
There now. I love it.
Yeah. So for those that can't see my background today, it says "Stop being an asshole." There. Now I'm your life coach.
Just for everyone who out there who's listening and or watching this, and looking at all of the videos and podcasts that we have out there, just know a lot of this is what it's like to be in the military. at least the way we talk.
Oh yeah.
Some things just don't change.
No.
Oh yeah.
You know, so it was funny. I was on Reddit this morning for a brief moment. I try and avoid Reddit because it's a cesspool of just awful. But every now and again, the Marine Corps subreddit is just freaking filled with gems.
How do the Marines do Reddit? Because it's computers, so you can't use your crayons. I'm just curious.
Yeah, there's a select few Marines that are computer literate and they can navigate the interwebs.
Oh, Navy Corpsman.
All right. Anyways, this one post, it was fucking hilarious. Guy says, I've been out for a while. He's like, but I was on a Coast Guard base, and he's like, I went to go do PT, and he's like, so I was in my PT, t-shirt and shorts. He's like, and then I realized as I was heading off post that I needed to stop at the PX, and so the Coast Guards get their own PX, and he tells the story how he was walking up to the front door of the PX, and then he stopped himself because in the Marine Corps, if you're in PT uniform, you cannot go to the PX. You cannot stop and get gas. Like
Army has the same thing.
Right. Well, no. So in the Army, if you're in boots and utes, and you go get gas, like that's fine. You can still go in and all that. In the Marine Corps, like even in utes, like if you're not in, one of the class uniforms, you're not supposed to be like shopping in stores, or you got to be in civvies. Like that's just the way the regulation is. And so the guy goes, some coastie was pumping gas, and he yelled over to me. He's like, "Don't worry, it's the Coast Guard. You could go in. Nobody gives a shit."
That's awesome.
But so then, like, from there on down, it was like, guys, and they've been like, dude, I've been out 50 years and I still adjust my gig line, and my I always have to have a belt, and my shirt's always going to be tucked in. And
everyone's talking about how they have this and that from their time in, and it never.
Yeah, or you don't ever walk across the grass, right? Like there's just certain things that like it sticks with you.
I make it my mission now to always step on the grass now, out of spite.
Yeah, I still like I don't know. Like when I go to vote, the church has this big long round walkway, and I mean you could just walk across the grass and it'd cut your walk, in half. But it's like, but it's the grass, and I'm not supposed to do that.
You'll hurt grass.
So, moral of the story is, yes, Anthony, like the things that we learn in the service stick with us, and they stay with us for the rest of our lives. Like it drives my wife nuts. Like I will always have my shirt tucked in, it's tucked in tight. I pull it, unzip my fly and pull it down all the way around to make sure it's all tight and even.
Oh, see, my wife hates it too, because literally, like, we're wanting to do something because of my time in and how long I've been in, and because I was an NCO, a leader. For those who don't know what NCO means, I was a boss basically.
Non-commissioned officer.
Yep, I had to like plan things, all of that stuff. Now, every time we want to go do something and make plans, I'm legit trying to make a plan. And she's like, let's just wing it. And I'm like, no. And she absolutely hates it because I refuse to just, and she's looking at me right now like, yep.
You got to have a plan. The plan could go to shit. But exactly. If you don't have a plan,
she'd rather just figure it out. Unless it's something like a road trip or something like that, like something that clearly needs a plan. But like there will be things like we're just going out for a little bit, and we're like, all right, where are we gonna go? And she doesn't even know that. And she just
no woman does. Literally the secret to all marriages.
Wants to drive around and just, oh, I see this. I like it. Let's go stop there. And I'm like, no, I'm not doing that.
What do you want for dinner? I don't know. All right, well, let's go to Texas Roadhouse. No, I don't like that place.
No.
But clearly you know what you don't want. Give me some places that you do. Yeah, no. Fucking women. They're all the same in that regard.
I can't wait for the comments.
What's the saying, right? women are all sisters. Turn them upside down. They're all the same. I'll take all the hate mail. Go on. Just send it my way. Give it to me.
I've never heard that one before. That's a new one.
Oh, well, that's an oldie, so you're welcome. So anyways, yeah, I think having a creative outlet is also another important aspect of us kind of not falling into the funk, if you will.
So, Russ, since you missed the intro, how was your day?
Yeah, good call. How you doing, Russ?
Oh,
How was your week, man?
I think it's my week started at like 05 on Monday, and it's been just one continuous day up
Why?
until. I mean, it's a drill weekend. I have about like I'm running a big operation this weekend. We're doing comics, and I'm in charge of planning and executing that shit. And we have about 50 people involved, and it's like probably the biggest exercise I've ever been a part of, where I was the one that actually.
That's a small company.
Hold on. There's a COMEX going on.
I think he's talking about unit internal comics, not the competition.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Unit internal comic this weekend, and I planned for it from the beginning. And I'm tracking, like, everybody's on track, getting everybody on the same page. And we got about like 50 people involved in that whole thing. And then probably this was the biggest event I've ever planned for that had this many people.
I'm going to let you know right now, if it's anything like how those working on active duty, coming from someone who was active duty and planned these out myself and everything, as soon as everyone says like, yeah, that's a great plan, we'll push it out, everyone follows that, it'll be smooth ride. As soon as it starts, everyone loses their fucking minds and starts doing their own fucking thing. There's no order. It's all chaos. No one fucking listens.
But now, Russ, I mean, QRPX is going on
right now. Yeah, my phone is blowing up from everyone.
You signed up for that shit?
I've been in it since last year's QRPX.
Oof, I had to leave that fucking chat.
Well, they eventually died out, but it helped me last year. But I'm not part of it this year.
Me neither. But here's the thing, though. Like, the real question is, why is Paul not part of it? Because he is the Mars operator.
Allegedly. However, I might also still be allegedly in training still, because my primary antenna that was fantastic for doing all things military communication wise, got to chop down, like, what was that, George in the fucking cherry tree? Or no, that was Lincoln, right? Lincoln in the cherry tree.
Oh God.
Cannot tell a lie.
So is there something like, I got to ask Paul, I think you might have said something about it before too. Are you not supposed to talk about it? Is it like Fight Club rules?
Well, yeah, I mean the first rule of Mars is you don't talk about Mars. Yeah.
The second rule of Mars: do not talk about Mars.
You know what? I think we did talk about that because we're like, they wanted promoted out there, like they want more people to join, but then they don't let you say anything about it.
Well, yeah, it's like they want people to join, but only if you meet the qualifications that they set forth, and you're willing to do, a net a day and this, that, the other thing.
I say it's only your region, man, because you have this guy that I forgot his name, but he's very anal about things.
Yeah, we're not going to get into names and those kind of things. Yes, whatever personal disagreements that I may have with anybody in the leadership in my area are what they are, and we won't get into that.
It's like, look, I'm trying to stay as a radio operator for military communications, and you're making it hard right now.
I'm just trying to get out of fucking training. All right.
He's still on the probationary status. They don't need a reason to get rid of him.
I thought this guy, Paul, you said you've been in probationary status for past 6 months. How long do you have to be on probationary status?
until I check all the boxes, because you know how the military works, right? You've got a sheet of go no go fucking items, and you've got to be able to check go on all your items. And there's one item left that I'm still a no go on. So
A house?
say what?
A house?
A house, yeah. No, I own a house. It just doesn't have an antenna anymore because my boy chopped it down.
No.
But freaking dude, 1/4-inch steel cable, man. 1/4-inch steel cable. And not only did he chop it and cut it once, but he cut it 4 times.
Oof. He must
So
not
it was
like
intentional.
radio.
He was mad at you.
Oh, that was the only takeaway that I had from it was, clearly the kid was royally fucking pissed off. Like, I mean, to chop through one bit of steel cable that takes some gumption with a hatchet. But to chop through it 4 times, like that takes some
Okay, he's mad.
determination.
That shows intent in my world.
Oh yeah.
But yeah. So, anyways, long story short, I'm working on getting the mobile antenna situation figured out so that I can continue doing allegedly Mars things.
Build you a hex beam.
dipole.
Well, so this is where I actually I think Stephen or Tony was the one that brought it to my attention. The copper pipe mag loop in a rectangular shape.
Oh yeah.
And so so the guy I closed that browser. I had his QRZ page up because he details every part of the build in his QRZ page.
KB9 PDR?
No, it's not Michael.
He's got some really good simple antenna builds that work really good.
I think that was Tony. Didn't we talk about that like on Discord, like in the chat?
Yes, yeah. It was a big in-depth Discord conversation.
Yeah, because I think it was like we were going through it, and he had some crazy contraptions going, like these giant, massive things for like all of these different fans. He's like some off of like some island or some shit like that.
No, I don't think he's in an island. He's somewhere in the continental states, but essentially what he did was
someone else.
He built a 2 rectangles out of 1-inch copper.
Yeah.
Okay, and he made it like an A-frame from his truck cap to the truck cab, and then he's got this like auto tuning unit run by a vacuum capacitor. I'll have to find the info, but it's really cool. It's way beyond shit that I know and understand. But I was thinking about it, and I was like, man, like the roof of this RV is like, I don't know, 26 feet roughly, the flat area. And so to have 26-foot long radiating elements in an A-frame kind of configuration, it would have a relatively good takeoff angle for more than NVIS. And yeah, so like I'm gonna experiment with it and play around with it and you fuckers. I'm just catching the private chat here where Russ went to go make a head call and he actually muted himself this time because last time we just had to listen to him fucking piss.
That wasn't him though. That was me.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, it was you. It was you.
If you guys want to hear me doing that, go check out the after chat from the last podcast on Patreon.
Oh, yeah. Speaking of, so the after chat from the last podcast will go up on Patreon tomorrow, which will be in the past for those that are watching the current show.
Did we get any questions from our Patreon members?
We have not. We have a very, very small group on Patreon. But I 100% appreciate the love and support from the Patreon members, because they're paying monthly just like the channel members are, and whether that's $3.99 a month or $5.99 a month or $25.99 a month, it's all greatly appreciated. So yeah, but please, don't feel like you just have to be a viewer. You participate, comment on Patreon, leave us a comment, send us a message. If you're an audio listener, it doesn't matter where you listen to us, whether it's Apple Podcast or iTunes or Spotify, any of the major podcast platforms. I funnel it all through Buzzsprout, and so it goes everywhere. And at the very top, so there's an SMS link. So yeah, feel free to send us your feedback that way if it's easier. But yeah, we like the feedback, and we're happy to make the show better with your feedback. So don't hold back. Let it let us have it.
Yeah, we're all here for the shit talking. I mean, you guys have heard like what we're doing on here.
The funny thing is, right, is you had to mute yourself when you went to the bathroom because you used the microphone on your headset.
Yeah.
See, I don't. I use the microphone right here. So when I get up and I go pee, which I have to do every 15 minutes, nobody hears the goddamn thing. You just got an empty seat here.
So here's the thing, right? There's a button here to like mute yourself. I found that out on accident while not using these to talk on the phone to my wife when I wasn't like moved back home yet, where she was at. And I was trying to talk to her. She wasn't responding to me. And I was like, what the fuck's going on? And then I realized I hit a button and I pushed it again. And then she heard me and was like, oh, that's a mute button. So when I went to go use the bathroom that time, I pushed the button thinking I was good. That way, then, in case I'm in there and you guys ask me something, I can quickly unmute, speak real quick. Like I could pinch it and hold it real quick, unmute, talk, mute again, and then release again. That didn't happen because I hear you guys talking like, oh my God, is he pissing? He didn't mute himself. And I was like, oh, crap. And I was like, well, we're already here. I'm just going to let it roll.
Let it roll. Just
and then I find out that we were already recording at that time. And oh, okay.
Yeah, and you know what's great is Patreon members get the uncut of everything.
Oh yeah. So when it comes out tomorrow, it's at the beginning. Like as soon as you start watching it, you're going to hear a stream.
Not the stream that you wanted.
Yeah.
You're going to hear a stream inside the stream. Well, okay, I say tomorrow it's going to be the 21st because this is going to be in the future. Talking about the past, but it's currently the present. It's really confusing. Especially since this one is being recorded now, but next week, which won't be next week because it'll be before this video is released.
Yeah, don't miss a live stream.
So when you guys see this video, the live stream will have already happened on the 27th.
But you know what? If they clicked that damn notification bell, they would
already know.
They would already know.
Well, we gotta post it first because we haven't done that.
Oh God! See, you literally just got out of the army.
Yeah.
How do you feel, man? Like
literally,
you good at anything else, like besides being in the army? Like what is like?
He's good at masturbating.
No. Like I tell you what, man, when I first got off my orders, I said to myself, bro, I am not good at anything else. What the fuck am I gonna do? So I just went right back in. So how are you feeling, bro? I want to hear your experience.
So first off, I will never go back in. Second off, the outside world fucking sucks. It's ass. People are fucking stupid. I thought people were stupid in the military. Civilians are worse.
Oh, it's
Sorry
a whole
for
new level
everyone.
of stupid.
No offense to y'all listening that are civilians. No one moves with a sense of purpose. Like just simple things are what are pissing me off now. Like like I'll be at Walmart and they like to make their aisles like no room to walk around. And I'm in the open area trying to like go around them and everything. And then they're like walking. They're like super slow. And I was like, oh my gosh. I was like, okay, I'm trying to turn to this aisle right here. They stop at the end of the aisle right next to it, right
Yep.
before it. They literally stop right there, put their cart on the side there, put their body here, and then look at the thing. And I can't get around them. And I'm looking at them. And I was like, excuse me. They
They're
looked
just
at
South
me.
Carolina though.
They literally looked at me. Sorry. Went back to what they were doing, didn't even get out of the way. And I was like, I'm going to hit you.
Nah, you're just being too fucking nice. Just look at him and go, "Excuse me, can you get out of the way?"
Get out of the fucking way. That's what you gotta tell them.
No,
What are
I
you,
never.
Stop playing.
It's a Gen X thing. Never cuss the first time. Always be polite the first time, and then every time after that.
Oh, and then the best thing, you know how many accidents, this is a small town. You know how many accidents I've almost been in because people don't know red means stop.
What? No,
They're
red
just
means
women
go.
drivers, though.
Like literally, I'm going straight. Like I am going straight. The light is green for me. It's been green. So the other sides have been waiting. Right lane, turning right onto the road that I'm going straight on. She comes up. Lady comes up like hauling ass, slams on the brakes, stops, looks, sees me coming, proceeds to start moving forward. I was like, I'm in my truck. She's in this little sedan. I'm going to crush her. I'm not stopping. If she wants to try this, she can fuck around and find out. So I started blasting the horn at her. I did that because I'm an asshole with the horn on the road. And then we passed by her. She stops because she was about to keep going. And then I did that and she saw me still coming, like not slowing down. And I was like, I have the right of way. You're gonna lose this in multiple ways. And then she sees me and she's like, oh God. And I was like, I'm like, what the fuck? And I'm like flipping her off as I'm driving by and everything.
All right, Anthony. If you appreciate a good horn, let me give you some advice. So I replaced the stock horns. There's 2 stock horns on my truck. I replaced them with air horns, and then the 2 air horns weren't enough. So I also got a train horn, and I mounted that inside the grill. So it's all inside the grill. So now,
Do you have like a switch, like which one you want to use?
Nope. I hit the center of the steering wheel to activate the horn, and all 3 air horns come on. The 2 smaller ones come on first, and then the train horn, and it is fucking loud. It gets attention, man.
Hell yeah.
And what's great, right, is as I always like stopping for kids, like little kids that are like in the neighborhood, I'm like, oh, hey, you guys like trains? And let me tell you, these kids literally shit their pants and they run screaming home because the horns are that loud.
Could you imagine the wrong person comes by you as you're talking to these kids from your car, going like, "Hey, you kids like trains?" And then someone drives by or walks by and sees that and be like, "Yeah, hello, 911."
Yeah, there's a guy in a silver truck trying to pick up kids.
Talk about trains.
Yeah, no. So I'm just saying, you can run air horns off of the same 12-volt circuit that your horn is already pre-wired for, and yeah, you can make it as loud as you want.
I'm gonna do it.
So apparently, Pam Bondi has arrested 3 people, one in South Charleston, South Carolina, Loveland, Colorado, and Salem, Oregon. For
Were they on the Epstein list?
no,
Doing a Hunter
for
Biden.
for domestic terrorism against Tesla properties.
Okay.
Well, and while anybody that commits vandalism deserves to go to jail for that.
No, we need to bring
However-
back public flogging for that.
Well, that's
Ooh,
targeting though.
man.
You're targeting you're targeting ideology now, because I think here's the thing. If I go and we have this mosque outside my work. It's got the happy hour on Fridays. There's a lot of people there, and if I do
Is a
something
mosque
during-
with a happy hour?
I mean, I don't know what they call it on Fridays when they all come in and they all fucking is parking
Prayer
is all
time?
occupied. Huh?
Prayer time.
Prayer time. Well, happy hour, prayer time, same thing. I mean, they're happy, right? Right.
No, they're not.
But anyway, all right. Besides the point, if I go in and I threaten something during their happy hour, guess what? I get charged with domestic terrorism because I was targeting a specific ideology or group of people or a trademark. Same thing with these Tesla terrorists. They are targeting a trademark and certain ideology, so to say.
I'm sorry. I don't care if you're bombing an abortion clinic or you're firebombing a Tesla dealership. It's the same thing. It's somebody else's property, and public fucking flogging should come back.
I agree. And domestic terrorism charges too.
I mean, those never went away.
You know, what'd be great too is let's bring back the stockades.
What is that?
A
What?
cat of
Russ,
nine tails.
Dude, so Russ, the stockades is that thing with 3 holes, and the head goes in the center hole and the arms go in the holes.
I know, yeah, medieval shit.
Yeah, and then we could just throw rotten fruit and vegetables at
Down
them, and
This right here is
You pay
why.
$7.99. Oh, you pay $14.88.
This
which is
right
racist
here
content.
is why the podcast will never get monetized.
that's all right. Thanks for channel supporters and Patreon members. They're the ones that are providing the monetary support.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean the fact that they're still watching it and liking it and everything means that they're also fucked up in the head.
So once again, and as always, thank you, each and every one of you, for tuning in to this episode of the Weekend Warriors podcast. We love you. We couldn't do this without you. Thank you so much for the support. For those that are on Patreon, we will put the edited version and the uncut version, and there won't be an after chat for this episode. So we'll catch you on the next one. But let's go around and Russ, what do you got? Final parting words.
Yeah, appreciate you all tuning in. Whether you're out there chasing signals or chasing pseudo
Tail.
privileges on Linux, remember, just keep your radio warm, your scripts clean, and yeah, unit next time. Stay grounded, stay curious, and never stop transmitting. Sputnik repeater out. That was gay. I'm sorry.
That was gay, correct?
I was speaking my mind, guys.
It's all good. Anthony, what do you got? Final parting words.
Yeah, the same thing. Thanks for the support from everyone. Definitely help out the Grouch here with the Patreon stuff, and subscribe to his channel if you guys aren't already. And then if you guys want to help me out, go ahead and subscribe to me too.
Yeah, we'll throw a link to your channel in the description.
Appreciate that, and I always post in the comments whenever we do these podcasts or anything where we're together. I always post the links for Grouch's stuff as well in my description. So if you need his stuff as well, look in the description and you'll see stuff for both myself and him.
All right, Steven, take us out.
Well, one, if you haven't liked and subscribed, fuck off. You should. But I guess for a parting word, I'm going to go with one of my trusted ones of if they don't make you happy, if they don't please you in a good way, not in a sexual way. But if they don't do those things, you probably don't need them in your life. So fuck them. Be done with them. Make yourself happy. It's all about you and living the best life that you can live. So remember, you do matter. You're not the only one that's going through shit. Everybody else is too. I think next time I've got a video that I want to find and show that sort of deals with that, and it's a good video made by a good company. I don't eat their food anymore, but still, just remember, they can't kill you and they can't eat you. So the rest of it's just dandruff. Fuck it.
Fuck it. Yeah, we're all in this together.
Remember, I'm pulling for you. We're all in this together.
So don't feel like you're alone. We're all in this together. And nothing lasts forever. So don't give up hope.
Yes.
No, please don't.
Arm yourself with knowledge. Keep your faith up. Those two things will get you far.
Until next time, this has been the Weekend Warriors.
Later, guys.